Shalom, family. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb as always and forever. You know, I always say that we're at war. And when one is at war, it's easy to get lost in the small things, I would say. It's easy to become so focused on what you must be focused on to survive that more mundane things don't have any real priority, even though at future offices, presidential aspirations, congressional aspirations, senatorial aspirations, career politicians. A lot of them would not like me calling them that, career politicians, because the country was never set up. The country was never set up to withstand career politicians. They in and of themselves are a problem. Are you always attacking them rather than the Republicans? Do I look like I have to attack them right now? They're quite busy attacking themselves. I mean, who could do better than what we're witnessing now? MAGA is about to slay its own self. Something the Hebrew Israelites should have done a few thousand years ago, and they never would have had their asses in slavery. But I digress. Next time God tells you to do something, may I recommend that you just do it. Don't think about it. Don't think too long, because you're not do anything else. They really don't define anything. Words like Asian defines absolutely nothing. Words like Hispanic describe absolutely nothing. Words like black describe absolutely nothing. Words like African, unless you're being specific or you speaking local as Africans, that too means absolutely nothing, because they all have different nationalities, different understandings, different perspectives, different grasp on life, and different experiences that are to black. which again, man, we come on, we have to. If you guys wasn't so thin skinned, I could use other words besides black, but you seemingly are not ready yet. You know what I'm saying? I know you do. I think everyone in this country right now and outside of it knows exactly what I am saying when I say black, as it's used in the sense that it's being used now in America. They know what I am saying. Okay, as represented in the House and in the Senate. Well, not so much the Senate, because them boys are a little bit clingy when it comes to giving up seats. They have bound like a secret oath to each other that it will forever and always remain 80% white and male. Don't make them have to shoot somebody. I think they do it. They really mean it. But anyway, that's tongue in cheek. That's tongue in cheek. So how did all of these other people get what they wanted out of America? Shall we say AARPI, Hispanic, white, because this is how they have grouped other politically. I call it tribalism, but they have representation in government, do they not? White people lead white people. White people listen. Well, not so much anymore, unless the other white people got money, but still, white people lead white people, represent white people. Hispanic people represent Hispanic people. Asian politicians are represented. This is why I don't like vague terms like black. Now, which parts of black are represented? May I just be frank again? The black female overwhelmingly, and the black, um, excuse me, the black female the person, the black immigrant second, and the black emasculated man a third. In that order. In that order. Clear your throat just like I just had to clear mine. But I'm going to say this again. The representees are situation, sir. You're out of time. This is revelation, and you still, hey, man, you know what? Every conversation is becoming a digression because, number one, these are one-way conversations. I would love to have somebody sitting across the table. Man, I would. Man, I would. But you wouldn't be comfortable. You wouldn't be comfortable. Maybe I should get you drunk first. Maybe that would help. But anyway, back to what I was saying. They all have leadership. Even when you break down $7 for every $10 that your white counterpart makes for the same job. So I don't know how they tabulate these figures, but we'll say 50%. Okay, that makes up roughly 2.7% of the population, which makes up, along with the 2.7% of those who make six figures. See, and that's where I get lost. I don't know how you're not making six figures in this with the black population and its politician, or also known as be careful with these words, also known as the black leadership. They have a dearth of leadership. Leadership is absent. It's absent. That still leaves 50% of the black masses. 50% of the black masses. That's a lot of people. They have absolutely no representation. I heard a man say just earlier today, I shall not Congress. But the problem is, we've already seen that, and it didn't even make it off the floor as a study. This when they controlled all three houses. May I remind you, sir, this hasn't been that long ago. This hasn't been that long ago. It hasn't been 10 years. It ain't been 8 years. And yet here we are. You and your problems with black people again, whatever that term means. What black people? Will you say which black people that you're asking? They used to, no, you will never hear it, ever. It's like it's anathema to everything that they believe, everything that they stand for. Negroes, you don't exist. I keep telling you this. You don't exist. They talk around you. They talk as though you're like a ghost. Hey, man, what have you done to these people? Because, they have been taught to just simply ignore you. Act like you're not even there. Think like them who, in other words, just want to be free. Want to be free. Put your own definition on the word of the freedom. I think it'll all come about the same way. Freedom means freedom. But anyway, back to this dereliction of duty. So, can we first acknowledge that there has been a dereliction of duty? As far as the black leadership class go. Damn, I don't like that word black, because I know what's going on. I know what's going on. The black has become at any rate, especially up in places like Louisiana. Shit. Old white woman might have come out the house doing the goddamn Cabbage Patch. I'm telling you what I know. Listen to goddamn blues. You'd have swore that you were driving up into the yard of a black family. No, I don't know what you call these people, but too white to be black and too black to be white. I don't know what the fuck you call them, but they was cool people. Anyway, dereliction of duty is what you have. And you know this. I think you know this. I mean, but then I must question again, figure out how, and you know that they can see you, right? I mean, I'm just saying, but listen, rest of the world or rest of America, you may not see the Negro male, but know that they can see you, okay? And they can hear you too. I mean, man, this shit's getting a little bit weird, but I'm not lying. They can't even say the word black man. It's like it's poison. It's like it's speaking an evil cursing, a cursing to the atmosphere. And who knows what the fuck? Well, maybe it's rocket science to you, but it's not to us because in that structure, everyone knows their place. Literally, they all know their place. Okay, they really do. And no more is that more or obvious than in the United States. But I'm pretty sure it's in Western culture. I didn't feel that way when I was in Germany. There was just class, but it was a different kind of homeless. See, over there you may bump into somebody homeless that speak 5 languages. They could eat. There is a pipeline that from within the black community that produces our politicians. Now, I know that the beginning of the pipeline is the same middle class, working class, i.e. middle class. Nobody really knows what the hell none of that shit means anymore because anyway, for obvious reasons. Middle class, working class, the middle class is disappearing. I guess the poor are becoming homeless and the working class is becoming the new working poor. Political class, black leaders through the middle class into the HBCUs. Now I'm going to see this. See, I'm going to pick out the supply and the support staff because I think like a warrior. So when I see something, I'm going to see what's feeding it, how it's moving, where they're getting money, how it's rebuilding itself, how its memberships are growing, and where all. So in my mind, I'm going to take out one of those 3 legs. Okay? I'm going to either take out the black middle class, I'm going to take out the HBCUs, or I'm going to take out the black leadership class. Okay? So where would I get the most bang for the buck, though? The HBCUs. The HBCUs. Why? Because I view them, and this is what's important. It doesn't matter how you view them right now. I'm giving you insight, black, for lack of a better word, bourgeois. Okay? No, nobody getting mad at me. I'm just not interested. I mean, I'm not disinterested either. They are still black. Yes, I see. In freaking parentheses. Because we don't know what that term is. It's way overused. It's way overused. I keep saying it has become an umbrella term. Black. What the hell is that? Black. Shit, man. Anyway, so I would take out the HBCUs. Goodness gracious, man. They have become, I don't want to use the term dangerous, but non-useful to the black masses. Their value is to the black socio-political, economic class that make up fully at least 50% of the black population, whatever that term black is. This is why it is imperative that we be counted separately so we know who is what. We're going to get to that sooner or later. But anyways, back to what I was saying. On a political level, there is, okay, either locking arms or marching or singing. And I was saying even back then, maybe if you Negroes stop singing and start swinging, some of this shit might change as per Malcolm's instructs. But anyway, where will we get these leaders, sir? The HBCUs? Now, now this is where shit gets ugly. Because we know that that's where you came from. We know that that's where you came from. We also know that on the 40 years of your existence, and this is just what you do, shall I point out the ways that this has happened? Because it's happened on more than one occasion. It's happened on multiple occasions. I shouldn't have to go down the list of things, and I won't. It would be an embarrassment. It would be as silly as me asking you to name one bill that you have brought forward that have actually helped the black masses. I like that term, masses. The numbers. And the short answer is none. Not only that, which is structure or order. Sorry, Mr. Moist, I can't call you by name because I'm being nice, but you are moist. Anyway, there he is shooting his hands up. So I ask again, where do the new black leaders come from? And you can't tell us that we're going to get good leadership as per black masses, as per reparations, from the same pool of black leaders that's already there when they've been there, and some of them will not go home for shit. They refuse to go home. Ineffective. At the federal level, ineffective. They simply do what they are told. Sir, what I'm trying to say is that pool of do as you're told, follow the party, that's not leadership. At least not for the black masses. Like I said, you don't find it ironic that every other tribe has members that actually represent their tribe all the way until it gets to you? I remember the Houston City, Houston's memorial introduction or inauguration. The first things out of his mouth was, "I'm not a black mayor. He a black mayor. I mean, he's a mayor for all the people." Damn it, Jim. Why? But at least he was honest. And who else did that? Exactly. What is this? Negroes, they don't even want you to have a leader. A voice, a leader, a family, no money, no... I stop. In short, they just don't want you to have anything. But anyway, I got acceptable to the Democratic Party. You are acceptable to each other, which is a mirror image of the Democratic Party and its wants and needs. You're not even you. You're only you in the terms of making money from a system that really don't like you or me. Most certainly not me, but you seem to have found yourself a niche. The black middle class is a fiction. It's a creation, along with the rest of the middle class. It is a creation. It's showed what a real representation looks like for his tribe. And I remember every word he said. Yes, sir. But before we hold on, let me think if I can tie these two together, because this is going to be hard. It would seemingly be easy. See, black folks and black panels talking about politics, and then we over here talking about black leadership versus the definition of leadership. No, let's just stick on what leadership looks like. Now, but back to what I'm saying, a true leadership speaks like this, sir, sir. Now, this gentleman, now watch, come on, fair is fair. Fair is fair. Once a man pulls his pistol, then that other man have every right to pull his pistol. Or either that's a man, or either that's a fucking dead man. Okay? That is a dead man. If he doesn't, he's probably dead anyway because he been beat on the draw. I hope he got some fancy footwork along with as he draws his pistol. Otherwise, his odds are lesser here. He said openly that one of his many jobs is to make sure Israel gets all that he can get for them. Okay? Now, I want you to think about that. He said that as the first Jewish majority leader, that one of his many jobs as being a member of his tribe was to make sure the other members of his tribe as a nation state get every dime. I'll do it. But such as, what is the makeup of the Congressional Black Caucus? See, now I'm going there. I mean, broke down by race and nationality. See, it's got legs. It's got legs. And you don't want to broach any of those types of topics because it makes what I'm saying about the word black and it being an umbrella quite obvious. It's obvious. Everybody just want to hide behind that word black. But ever. Hence, that's why as a warrior, I'm going to go after the second leg because the first leg can get to the third leg if I take out the second leg. The HBCUs. I know that seems unfair. And anyway, moving ahead. So with me knowing that this type of political construct or socio-political, I'm trying to educate you here. It falls on the deaf ears. It's like already seeing the same old thing over and over and over. Over and over. We've already seen them fail. We've already seen them say please. We've already seen them sell themselves to the highest bidder. We've already seen them raise their hands in support of killer rogue renegade nations as they murder everybody in sight. And now you think that they're going to do what? And why were they doing all of these things? Not because they believed in it, sir. All I'm saying is you're not going to get that type of leader, which is what is needed. He'll probably be freaking assassinated because every time that you have created one, he found himself dead. Okay? Be that as it may, it's not going to come from there. And we both know it. Which leads me to think that if the HBCUs know that I would view them that way and understand why, then maybe they should do something. No, because I ain't really out to do the damage that it could really cause for a much longer period of time than you think. But the point I'm trying to make is you're not going to get that kind of leader from the social construct or the social order that the quote unquote the dominant society respects. It's not going to happen. Don't make me call them by name. Don't make me call them by name, because once I call them by name, then I'll be forced to connect other dots. Be properly vetted. You must look a certain way. Oh man, you got to go through a litany of things to even begin to think you're gonna be black and run for office, let alone a black man. So we all know that it's not gonna happen there. Which brings me to the next phase then. Separate. Separate. You should be counted as your own. You are represented by the government. You are carved in to the social order of the Latino, Indian, Southeast Asian, European. I got to get rid of all that shit. Man, that's just bullshit, 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 and everybody hides behind it. Why can't you just be Nikki and you just be John? Why you have to be John from over here and she has to be Nikki connected to somewhere over there? And neither will let that shit go. You Nikki right now, right here, goddammit. Fuck the rest of the stupid. Anyway. They should vote unless they're getting something for their damn vote. I said years ago, nigga, you sell everything else, start selling your vote. I mean, how are you voting and you're not getting anything? I mean, it makes no sense. We are more sophisticated. They go vote for you, and what do they get? Senior services. Sorry, seniors. Senior services. Nigga, I'm 62, and I still don't want your senior services. I will let you know, okay? We get, I mean, we get basically 25, 35, okay? And start to think politically. So when they are saying that they somehow have to reach the black community, Negro, that's code for they talking about you. They're talking about you, okay? They're talking about social media because you have driven it. They're talking about you and yours. So when you hear terms that we have a black problem, you are the problem. You always been the problem. You are most certainly the problem. I think they're having a strong bout of Trumpism masquerading as something else. This is what I personally believe. I don't believe that they're emphasis not losing or not winning, because we've seen them lose purposely when all they had to do was what was right for them as a party, and they chose not to do it, knowing that it would bury them, and saying it out loud or in a very unsophisticated way. Man, they need you Negroes. They just don't know how to say it. You've been effective. This is what delineation does. This is what separation looks like. Okay? You've minded your damn business a bit too much for their liking. I am Source. I am 7. I am 1.